looking till we found out where they was. Grab that stick, go hit his fence, they know we spinning back for bruh. And shout out the slaughterhouse, might get you stumped up in the club. Rest in peace, my nigga Reason. Murder put one in the mud. Slime, murder put one in the mud. Alright.
Last minute now, I'm gonna talk about the bitch.
You want to introduce yourself or you want me to introduce you?
You introduce.
Take the mask off.
I ain't taking the mask off.
You're speaking with the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Bussetta, repping that 28 Hunna Gang. So, we're going to start it off with some questions, unless you got something that somebody or something that you want to shout out first to start us off.
I'm gonna shout out to my little brother and them, they locked up in that can right now. Shout out to my little cousin, shoot him. Shout out to my little dog, T Savage, you hear me? Then that can, I'm gonna give a shout out to all the fallen, you hear me? My grandfather, my auntie, my partner, everybody who done fell, you hear me, over the years.
Alright then. So, what made you want to become an artist?
I don't know, like, I used to write when I was in school. I used to write poetry and shit when I was in school, you know what I'm saying? So I was always good at writing shit. Like, I don't really consider myself as no rapper, you hear me? Like, I'm a street nigga, like, I just feel like I just illustrate this shit good for the streets, you hear me? I be feeling like this is what they really want. They want that raw uncut shit, you hear me? Like, what inspired me to do that shit, you hear me? To make $1 million. I'm trying to get my people up out the hood, you hear me? Out the trenches. You feel me?
Out here, doing the vlog.
So, alright. Can you describe to us like your writing process? Like, where you think the words that you spit come from? Like, do you just sit down with a pad and a pen every day, or does it like you just be riding in the car and stuff will just come to you? What happens?
See, my rap, it come from about what I live. You feel what I'm saying? Like, in my raps, if they ever listen to my music, I don't rap about no Lamborghinis. I don't rap about no diamonds. I don't rap about none of that shit. I'm a real nigga. You know, I come from, nothing. I come from the streets where it ain't nothing there, so I tend to rap about the shit that I go through in life, like, everyday struggles, you hear me? That's what be inspiring me with that shit, you hear me? Like, I don't write every day, you know what I'm saying? But when I'm inspired to write, like some shit happened in my life, then I'm going in with it.
Alright, let's rewind. Let's do a little time machine. What would you say when you was rapping in high school? What would you tell like your high school self in terms of rapping? Like, would you change anything? Would you change up your style? Would you change it up sooner? What would you tell high school you?
I mean, I can't really say I'd change nothing, because if I changed something, I wouldn't be who I am today. Like, all that shit that I did back then is what made me the nigga who I am today. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't change nothing. I ain't got no regrets for nothing,
What accomplishments do you see yourself achieving in the next 5 to 10 years?
In the next 5 to 10 years, I see myself, signing a major record deal, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing some big shit, you hear me? Getting my people out of poverty and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I see myself at, I see some big shit happening.
What strengths do you believe you have, like, that make you a great artist? You think it's your ability to pick the right beat, your ability to hit hit certain words on certain beats? What makes you the strongest rapper in the game?
I feel like what make me the strongest rapper in the game is the shit that I spit be authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can listen to a beat, and you know what I'm saying? And I hear that bitch and I be like, if that bitch hard, then I'm going to bleed my pain out on that bitch. So, that's what I feel like, that would make me authentic. That would make me a powerhouse in this shit, because I'm rapping what the people want to hear. I mean, the street people anyway, but I got all kind of music,
So, like seeing that we talked about your strengths, just for contrast, do you feel like you got any weaknesses in your game that you're trying to improve?
I feel like weak is for a scared nigga, you know? Like, I ain't got no weaknesses. I wasn't born with no weakness, you know? And God ain't create me with no flaws. I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I wake up and get it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grind to get it every day. Like, you can't be weak in this game. If you weak, you beat. You know what I'm saying? So, when it come down to weakness, I ain't got no weakness. Because I'm a man. God created me with dominion. You know what I'm saying? He gave me power over everything. So, ain't no weakness.
All right. What's your favorite part of being a rap artist?
The way motherfuckers relate to my music. You know, I got a fan hit me up one day. He from Clearwater, Florida, a white boy named Daily T. He like, Bussetta. He like, your music helped me get through life, so my fans is what drive me to doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? They will motivate me to keep on dropping this pressure shit.
So what do you like the least about being a rap artist?
I mean, the controversial shit, the hating shit. Like when you come up, everybody got something to say. Everybody at you. When you down on your lowest, don't nobody give a fuck. But when you come up, everybody care. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I don't like about that shit. Let a nigga get that paper. There's enough money for everybody to get out here.
Like, who's your ideal like musician? You don't have to be just rap. You don't have to be rock. But like, who's your ideal musician you want to collaborate with and why?
It ain't too many niggas I really want to collaborate with, but I'll fuck with that nigga Young Thug, you hear me? I'll fuck with Young Thug.
Sure. Are there any, like, even still to this day, or what got you into rapping, are there any artists that inspired you, and what qualities in them that you admire that you feel like you bring to your music?
I mean, I used to like that nigga Bussetta a lot, because I feel like dude came from the same struggle I came from. He came from the same place I came from, you know. So, shit, I gotta say he inspired me because he was one of the biggest rappers to come out of our city, so, you know what I'm saying? Gotta say that nigga Bussetta.
Alright. If you have one, tell me your favorite venue that you've ever performed at. What club, what spot was like the most hype?
I did a show up in New Orleans at Club Willow. That was like the biggest show I had did, you hear me? Right before I got incarcerated. You know, they was hyping that bitch. I turned that bitch up, so I gotta say Club Willow.
Alright, now Club Willow, was that also your favorite performance? Or was there another performance you did that was like, that really brought it out of you?
I had did a performance up in Mississippi, in Gloucester, Mississippi. And it was like a young crowd, and they was fucking with that. They was singing my shit word for word, so, you know, I gotta say Gloucester. Shout out to Gloucester, Mississippi, you hear me?
Or was it? Now, like, describe your worst experience, and what did you learn from it?
I mean, my worst experience, like when I caught a buzz in 2017, you know, a lot of rap niggas in the game try to come for my neck, you hear me? But I stand up under all pressure, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm really a street nigga for real. I'm really living like that for real. So, you know, when the pressure on, you know what I'm saying? They say God give his hardest trials to the people that he know gonna be able to handle it. So, you know, I gotta say that was one of the hardest trials, you know, that I had to go through with this shit, dealing with these niggas who ain't really want to see a nigga come up.
Okay, now like, what would you say was your worst performance? Like, you really put your energy and your soul into it, or you just came there to try and make some scratch, but like the crowd wasn't feeling it, or you wasn't feeling it?
I ain't never had no performances like that. Like every time I get booked, I'm gonna turn that bitch up. I'm gonna make them jump. I'm gonna make them get out they fucking body.
was it? Now, tell them where they can find you on social media. Your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Bussetta _, you hear me? Or you could go on my YouTube at Bussetta, you hear me? Just type in Bussetta and all my shit gonna pop up.
Alright, and that's it.